All right. Does anyone here know who Steve Bannon is? That's a trick question. Shut the fuck up. The answer is that he's one sad motherfucker. Okay? Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this man. Part of the Trump administration, up until just a couple of years ago. This is the guy, by the way, who deliberately went after incel communities online to try to groom them into white nationalism. This guy is on his A game when it comes to pushing far right, basically Nazi tier propaganda. Yeah, let's hear what he has to say.
Term kicks off with firing Wray, firing Fauci. Now, I actually want to go a step farther, but I realize the president is a kind-hearted man and a good man. I'd actually like to go back to the old times of Tudor.
Oh yeah, this guy was a wow gold farmer. Yeah, this guy was a wow gold farmer. This guy is this guy has been everywhere. You know, this guy's all over the goddamn internet. This guy is an internet savvy gentleman. You know, whenever you're on Reddit and you're trying to have a discussion in our news or our politics, and you keep getting replied to by somebody who's copy pasting Stormfront lists of black crime statistics, that's him. That's Steve Bannon in the flesh. He's just doing that at like 15 computer screens at once. He's just constant. He's the network. He's the hive mind. They say 1/4 of 8chan was just Steve Bannon. Incredible man.
England, I'd put the heads on pikes, right? I'd put them at the two corners of the White House as a warning to federal bureaucrats. You either get with the program or you're gone.
Cool.
Time to stop playing games. Blow it all out. Put Rick Grinnell today as the interim head of the FBI. That'll light him up, right?
Now, one of the issues that I have with people like Mr. Bannon over here, one of the issues that I have is that it's very difficult for me to criticize people for being overt authoritarians when they're fine with being authoritarians. You know, that criticism generally only lands if it's something they're trying to avoid. If they're proud of it, then it doesn't really mean anything. Like, imagine it's 1937, you know, and you're a protester, and you run up to Hitler and you're screaming, "You're a fucking fascist, man!" And you know, Hitler, he looks down at you and he says, "Yeah." And that's it. That's the whole interaction. You know, he's like, "Wow, thank you. Thanks. I was trying." You know, I was going for it. That's the vibe I was trying to go for, and I think I've nailed it. Thank you. I really appreciate your attention to detail. I am indeed a fascist. These criticisms, they only really work if the person is trying to adhere to some sort of veneer of respectability in a liberal society. Thankfully, Steve Bannon, he miscalculated. The video has been deleted from YouTube, this YouTube video, and he's been knocked off Twitter. I mean, I have to say, if there was ever a legitimate violation of TOS, I feel like it would probably be saying we should behead federal federal agents and put their heads on pikes as a warning to the establishment. I feel like that might legitimately trip the TOS line. I'm okay with that personally. Is that big tech censorship? I don't know. I feel like this might be a legitimate reason to ban somebody. But it does tell you a little bit about how these true believers think about government. You have to understand, these people, will YouTube remove your video for featuring his? No. YouTube TOS doesn't work that way. YouTube TOS won't ban you for featuring a banned content. It's not Twitch, it's YouTube. If it was Twitch and he was banned from Twitch, then yes, it would work that way. Anyway, when it comes to true believers like this, it really is important to understand that they don't view the government as an apparatus whose job it is to serve the people. They view the government as an obstacle that you have to overcome to assert your will. When it comes to stuff like democracy is a tool they'll use if they feel it's useful to them, if they feel they can win in it. And that's why, by the way, that after 2016, after Hillary Clinton lost, all of the Trumpers online were such big fans of democracy. You know, you lost, Hillary. And to be honest, as a lefty, weren't we also a little bit satisfied that the DNC got trounced after having the audacity to put up Hillary Clinton? Not that that's good. Not that that's good. She was better than Trump, and I'll stand by that till the day I die, but we didn't like Hillary. But the Trumpsters were big fans of democracy back in 2016. You know, ha! The American people don't like you, sweetie. Hillary, you're done. Sorry. And now, they don't give a fuck about democracy. They're out there chanting to stop the count. They're saying that faithless electors should determine the election. They'll want to do anything, absolutely anything, to win. And I just think it's important to remember for people like this. It's difficult to insult them with claims of you're an authoritarian because they know, like they're aware of that. But whenever you're talking to Republicans in the future, please God, please fucking God, never ever, for the rest of your lives until the day you die, never ever let a Trump supporter accuse you of being anti-American or undemocratic or authoritarian. Never. Literally never. Never ever. You should never let them get away with that, okay? That is the easiest retort in the fucking universe. Because now, they don't even have the it's just rhetoric excuse. Sure, Trump spent the entire year leading up to the election basically admitting that he wasn't going to accept a loss should he lose. And we all knew he was being sincere when he said that because Trump has no sense of humor like most narcissists. But they would say, oh, well, that's just something he says. That's not something he does. Well, here, it's happening right now. The fanatics in the Trump administration are claiming that this is a coup by the Democrats by counting all of the votes. Trump is saying that he is the victim of a coup. Trump is saying to stop the votes. Trump is levying lawsuits at these states. It's not you can't just joke it anymore. This is really happening right now in reality. And to a large extent, we're being saved by the incompetence of the Trump administration. If the Trump administration was full of, savvy, effectual neocons, it's possible they might be able to get away with this. But they're not. The Trump administration is full of lunatic true believers who are so immune to reality that they will lick each other's fucking palms to spread COVID to one another, completely, apparently unconcerned with the legitimate threat they're posing to one another. They are true believers. They're incompetent, as all fascists are. And, I mean, we can thank God for that, at least. Anyway, yeah, never let Trumpers get away with this. You're anti-American. You're anti-democracy. You're authoritarian. Never let them get away with it again, okay? Never. Never once. Never once, okay? And we're going to keep talking about this. If I'm still around 4 years from now, you'll know that the past 4 years, for the whole Biden presidency, will have been filled with debates and segments where I repeat over and over and over again how important it is to remember that Republicans do not give a single shit about democracy.